Hi guys, so in this video I am going to talk about more about my spirituality and coming out of the spiritual closet. So I'm going to be honest, I'm no longer Muslim. And my intentions are to not want to cause a debate or argument of what is right or wrong. My intention is to just honor my truth and who I am right now and just remain authentic to who I am, no matter if anyone disagrees with me or not, because I'm at a point in my life where I have changed so much over the years that Islam and being a part of a religion does not resonate with me anymore. And so I have discussed this a little bit in my past video before this one, my spiritual awakening story, where I fully discussed the spiritual awakening part and what led me into this path of being spiritual and getting a little winded. Being pregnant, it makes you lose your breath. And so anyways, and about 2 years ago, I made another video expressing my truth or something. It was titled Expressing My Truth, I think. And it was just I was kind of still trying to address my spirituality, but I was being very, very vague. I wasn't ready to fully express who I am. And fully expressing who I am and being authentic to myself is so important to me. I don't want to hide anymore. I want to fully embrace who I am, and if others disagree or not agree or agree, it's okay, because at the end of the day it only pretty much affects me, and at the end of the day I am very, very okay with myself, and I'm very happy with who I am and everything in my life. So I don't know where to begin from here. I don't know where to go from here in this video. I guess I could talk about my spirituality. In my previous video I talked about my spiritual awakening and leading up to this point and leaving Islam, and why, the reasons why I left Islam. So where should I start on coming out of the spiritual closet? I guess even way before I was Muslim, I was spiritual in a sense. I was more in tune to what is the correct terminology? Universal energy, or just in broad terms, spirituality and following your own path and not prescribing to a certain dogma or religion. But back then I didn't really have a firm grasp about what spirituality was, in terms of labeling yourself witchcraft or that's the only thing I can think of, or psychics or mediumship, for example. And I didn't really have any, wasn't really cognizant or aware of getting kind of winded. Oh man, being pregnant does that. I wasn't really aware of the spiritual tools out there, but now that I find myself being aligned. Oh my god. Now that I find myself more aligned. This is like the most awkward video. Now that I find myself more aligned in who I am spiritually, I find that using particular spiritual tools like tarot cards and crystals and Reiki energy healing and chakras, just anything to do with energy, you know, because as a very empathic, intuitive person, I've always felt so different from everyone else, even from childhood. Like, I feel like I'm not the same as everyone else. I have a level of understanding of energy and just being in tune with myself that most people don't. I picked up on that really early. And so, because just who I am and my personality and my physiology, it feels more in alignment with who I am to practice these things. It like Reiki and tarot cards and all those things, it intuitively makes more sense to me. I guess like choosing to be part of Islam, I was very lost in my life, and I was looking for something deeper, you know. I was 21. I didn't know who I was. Like, I had no clue who I was. If anyone had asked me at age 21, who are you? I would be like, well, I'm Asian, I'm Vietnamese, I am really into theater, I'm shy and so have social anxiety, you know, I'm a nice person. But those are like superficial, surface level things, you know. But I didn't really know who I was at my very core. And so I think that I was looking for something deeper in life, and I was like, okay, well, I'll look into religion. And, you know, I kind of just fell in love with Islam. Not to say that religion is wrong, it's just wrong for me. And I grew out of it because of, you know, I had a lot of traumatic experiences in my life for a span of few years, you know, and going through so many traumatic experiences kind of just like knocked Islam out of me, because it was the first time where I wanted to really know who I was at a very, very deep level. Like, why do I keep finding myself in this, you know, like abusive relationships or around toxic people? Or why the fuck do I have a stalker, you know? Why? I had to do a lot of deep thinking, and it wasn't easy, you know, having to examine not only the good parts of who I am, but like the icky, insecure, you know, childhood icky stuff that no one wants to look at. But, you know, like, and I never felt like, I'm someone who never felt like they had any power. In some ways, I still feel small. Like, you know, like I feel like I'm playing small. And, you know, like, doing these really deep soul searching, it made me rely less on Allah and religion and realize that I have my own power. I have my own destiny. I have control, and I don't have to rely on an outside source telling me that they have control over my destiny and telling me what to do. That sounds negative, but like, you know, going through so many traumatic things, and you know, like having no sense of control over my entire life, it was so necessary and needed as part of my healing and rebuilding myself from the ground up from all these traumatic things, to take my power back and not rely on an outside source like God to tell me what to do, because everyone all my life has been telling me what to do, how to feel, how to be, what to be, you know, and I just went along with that. I had no sense of self until I had to. I had no sense of self until I had to go through the dark stuff, you know. And then that really, you know, made me have to develop these things. So I love tarot cards. I love tarot cards. It's, I don't know, it's just like, there's so many, in religion, I feel like there's a lot of not open-mindedness, and it feels like anything to do with that goes against Allah's power is forbidden. But like tarot cards, they don't have anything to do with the devil, or, you know, it's more like intuition. Anyways, so to reiterate, I don't really want to like prove anything or say that Islam is wrong or like cause debates or anything. I'm just saying Islam is wrong for me. And honestly, being who I am right now, starting to fully embody who I am as an empathic person, because I do feel so fucking different from everyone else. And learning these things, tarot cards, chakras, Reiki energy healing, you know, and being like, I love crystals. It makes me feel so much more aligned with who I am and my higher purpose, because as an empath, I don't know, I just feel like this world is not built for people like me. This world is not built for people like me who are so in tune with themselves and empathic and intuitive. I have special gifts and characteristics, and I just want to be who I am. And, you know, if people disagree with me at this point, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm just so happy with who I am. And I don't want to hide anymore. I want to just, you know, hey guys, everyone, I believe in spiritual stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video. I got a date with my mommy. We're gonna do stuff. We're gonna hang out. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, and I'm just so excited to, you know, explore more of who I am and my empathic, intuitive gifts and abilities, and just like, you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate you guys, and till next time, goodbye.